You most likely believe that you have everything you need to scale already built out. Okay, you have your Instagram set up, you got the email sequences in place, you got the VSL, you got that landing page, the website, you got your ads that are about to launch, or maybe you're already running them, but in reality, you're still not bringing in the amount of clients that you want. And you're still stuck under 10K a month, despite it seemingly having everything already set up. The truth is that nowadays, it's not enough to just have your stuff built out, right? You don't think your competitors have everything set up? Nowadays, everybody has everything seemingly set up. If you think you can just click a few buttons, either in the Meta Ads Manager or your Instagram account, and then launch an ad, right, without any previous marketing experience, without any previous marketing knowledge, which is normal, by the way, because you're a coach, you're not a marketer. But if you think that you can do that and that you can print, then I'm sorry to break it to you, but that is exactly what everyone else is thinking too. And the market is just flooded with mediocre ads, mediocre landing pages, mediocre websites, mediocre funnels, and none of these people actually make money. If you think you have everything set up, but you're still struggling to get clients, then something is clearly wrong. Okay, how is it that our clients, like Antonio closing 6K deals, scaled to 20K per month in his first 30 days from complete zero, Colton DM closing, Jeff closing clients, all scaling to 10K per month in our first 4 to 5 months in business? How is it that we're able to hit these numbers and close deals, but you can't? Although on the surface, it may look like we're doing nothing different to you. Okay, that is the question that we're going to be answering inside of this video. All right, we're going to cover the theory of minor improvements. We're going to cover what most people do. We're going to cover the theory of constraints, and then how to implement all of what you're going to learn in this video so that you actually leave this video with an actionable insight and something that's going to actually change inside your business. So first of all, a very important theory that I call the theory of minor improvements. Okay, this theory suggests that minor improvements at every step of the way lead to exponential results. Okay, so I want you to imagine two coaches, two different funnels. Okay, and I want you to look at the stats in between each step for these funnels. Okay, in funnel 1, both funnels start at 1,000 leads, but in funnel 1, we have a 10% conversion rate at each step of the way. Okay, and I've just simplified this process into 3 steps. In reality, there's like 20, but I just simplified it for you guys to make it easier. Okay, so you have an ad. From the ad, 10 people click and get onto the landing page. That's 100 leads. 10 people watch the VSL. That's 10 leads. And then the 10% of that book a call, that's 1 call. And that's with a 10% conversion rate on each step of the funnel. Obviously, those are going to vary between funnel steps, but I just wanted to make it simple. Okay, but then in funnel 2 or coach 2, you see you have the same 1,000 leads that see the ad, so the same spend, right? But this time you have 15 people see the landing page, okay? Because the ad's just a little bit better, right? That's 150 leads. 15 people watch the VSL because the landing page copy speaks to the pain points just a little bit better, okay? 22.5 leads now watch the VSL, okay? And then from the VSL, because the VSL itself is just a little bit better, 15% decide to book a call. That's 3.3 calls compared to 1 in scenario number 1. So you basically more than 3x your business off of this one marginal improvement in the funnel, okay? Just because you went 5% better in the ad, 5% better in the landing page, 5% better in the VSL, which is really not much. You just tripled your entire company. And now imagine that in business, there are actually hundreds of places in each funnel that we can apply these marginal improvements. Okay, you have your ad CTR, you have landing page view rate, opt-in rate, VSL view rate, direct booking rate from follow-up emails, booking rate from follow-up SMSs, the show-up rate, the close rate, the warm dials done, the warm dials picked up, okay, and you can manipulate every one of these variables, right? The ones that agreed to a call, the ones that showed up, the ones that closed. This is for a VSL funnel example because it's probably the ones that a lot of you are just really familiar with. Ad, landing page, VSL call. There's way more, but these are just the obvious ones, right? I don't want to overcomplicate it, but as you can see, there are many different places in which we can apply these marginal improvements, okay? And for the most part, a 5% improvement in any of these parameters is a heavy understatement. A lot of times we can make the ad 2 or 3x more effective, okay, if we just rescript it, for example. And now here's a case study from Alex Hormozi, right? He actually had a situation where he came into a business and he fixed the discovery call rate to the sales call rate show up rate, okay, because they were having, actually I have the graphic here, right? They had, let's just say they had 100 discovery calls. Their conversion to the sales call in terms of how many people actually went through the discovery into the sales call and showed up to the sales call was 20%. So from 100 discovery calls, they had 20 sales calls, and with a 20% close rate assumed, that's 4 closed, right? But what Hormozi did is he was able to quadruple that, okay? From the same 100 discovery calls, now we're getting 80 sales calls, okay? Because of this one stat change here, okay? And guess what? 4x their entire business, okay? With still the same 20% close rate. And now imagine that there are so many of these little pockets, like I went here, where we can unlock these insane constraints and these insane little pockets that we can take advantage of. to improve them massively and then just completely skyrocket the business. And the reason it's not that hard to unlock these insane results is because most people just slap something together. So the competition actually isn't that high. Okay? And this is either due to the belief that that the point is just to have an opt-in rather than to have a good opt-in, right? So they just build it out because they think, okay, I'm going to have an opt-in, I'm going to win. That's just not how it works, okay? Or just due to the lack of experience to be able to find these opportunities for improvement, which is completely normal because you don't have a background in marketing, okay? And it's unfortunate to see because there are so many people missing out on such insane amounts of opportunity, right? I don't want to oversell this, but I mean, it's true. Nobody optimizes their shit. A lot of the stuff you see out there is completely mediocre. And then people switch from funnel to funnel before they're able to find these little pockets and really skyrocket their growth. Okay, but on the other hand, this is also great news, okay, because as I said, 99% of people have a meh and unoptimized funnel and business, right, which means that we can come in and absolutely blow these people out of the water, right, and this is something called marketing arbitrage, okay, and this is the Google, I guess, definition, okay, I'm going to explain this in a second, but it's when marketers identify a channel or a tactic with low saturation that they think will have an oversized impact if they leverage it quickly. Okay, so a channel or a tactic with low saturation, right? Nobody's optimizing their stuff. It's low saturation, right? Being good is low saturation by definition. Okay, only certain people can be good. The rest is average or below average, and they think they can have an oversized impact if they leverage it quickly. Okay, which is also the case here. Okay, and this is from MG DeMarco's Unscripted book. This is an example. I read a story about a small physical products business which made a few $100s per month, right? Few $100s per month, and later was sold for $5K to somebody else. Okay, the new owner changed the website, added extra products, got better photography, better packaging, better fulfillment, changed prices, and was up to 50 to 100K per month in revenue within 6 months, previously doing a couple $100s. Okay, that is marketing arbitrage. It's taking something completely unoptimized, completely mid, right, and making it better. Okay, it's the same way that certain people can come into a business and 2 to 4x in a matter of days and weeks, right, like Hormozi did there. Right, it's simply because they are finding the constraint, holding the business back, and relieving it through their expertise. And now that you know what this marketing arbitrage concept is, what the theory of minor improvements is, how do you actually implement this inside your business so that you can unlock this growth? Okay, there are 2 main steps to being able to use marketing arbitrage to create value. All right, and that is knowing your metrics to find the constraint, and then testing to be able to relieve that constraint. Okay, so first of all, knowing your metrics, right? Although you can optimize any and every step of the client's journey, right? Obviously, you can optimize everything. It's probably not worth your time, right? You're much better off finding the one main bottleneck, right? The one that is pretty much sabotaging the whole entire funnel, and then just focusing on that one first, okay? Because this will lead to the fastest growth, okay? And this is the theory of constraints. Basically, what it says is, look, you have intake, you have step 1, which can handle this amount of volume, right? You have step 2, which can handle this amount of volume, step 3, which can handle this amount of volume, okay? The constraint is step 2. Right, because no matter how much water, let's say you put in through the pipe, just imagine this is a pipe, only this amount is going to be able to flow through. Why? Because this is the constraint and this is stopping it, right? This is the bottleneck. But if we expand this, if we widen this to be as wide as step 1 and as wide as step 3, we just 2 to 3 to 4x the entire business, right? Whereas if we keep increasing step 1, we're not going to see great returns, right? Because step 2 is still complete trash, right? And now you may be thinking, okay, that's cool, I understand this concept, right? But how do I actually figure out what this constraint is? Okay, because it may not be apparent to you at a certain point. Okay, the way to know what that is to know your metrics, data, and your stats. Okay, it's to know how many leads you're getting, how many people are watching your VSLs, how many people are booking calls, how many people are responding to your DMs, right? Whatever that stat is, you got to know your numbers, okay? If you don't know your numbers at this stage, then there is literally nothing you can do. I guess you can rely on your intuition, and that may help if your funnel is really garbage, but once you actually have a decent and working funnel, you will need that data to actually find the correct constraint that is worth focusing on in the first place. And to start tracking your numbers, DM me the word track if you're not doing it already. On IG, and I'll send you over my tracking sheet template that we use for our clients and the KPIs that you should be hitting at each stage so that you can better understand what your constraint actually is. And then once you actually figured out your constraint, okay, the next step is to actually test and to relieve that constraint. Okay, here there's the least I can, to be honest, help you, because I would literally have to see your specific funnel, your specific ad, your specific copy to understand what the bottleneck is. Okay, once you actually have experience, you can just look at something and you can see if it's good or bad, right? That is the definition of scale. But I clearly can't see your funnel right now, so I can't really help you. But the way that you can help yourself is you can learn, right, what makes a good ad, funnel, copy, landing page, do market research to understand more of your market. Through doing that, you will start to recognize patterns and you'll start to recognize what you can make better. And the way you can learn is, for example, through watching my YouTube, like you're doing now, okay? And then just literally reading books, other resources, okay? The downside here, though, is that it's really time consuming and it's borderline counterproductive if your goal is to be the best coach that you could be, okay? Which I'm assuming that that is your goal, right? If it's not, cool, learn all the marketing stuff yourself. I don't mind. But if your goal isn't to become a marketer, then you shouldn't be spending time on marketing activities. Okay, because we are what we repeatedly do, by Aristotle. Read that quote today. But what's the alternative? Okay, your only alternative is to get someone who knows what they're doing to set your stuff up for you, and then optimize every step of the way to unlock these great returns. Okay, and whether that's a coach or someone who will build everything out for you, which I prefer someone building it out for you, because a coach doesn't account for your inefficiencies. You need someone like that if you don't want to do it all yourself. Okay, so if you want that somebody to be us, right, and you want to see if it even makes sense for us to do this, just have a friendly chat with us, then you can book a call directly with me down in the description of this video. I'll leave that link there, and we can have that conversation if you like. If not, keep enjoying the YouTube videos. I'm going to be pumping out way more free value, literally regularly, twice or 3 times a week. Still deciding on the upload schedule, but yeah, regularly, new insights coming to YouTube. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Book a call if you want us to help out. If not, keep enjoying the YouTube. I'll speak to you guys soon. Keep killing it.